much of a desire to manage. Someday I might be forced to get back in the game, although I've had a couple of opportunities to manage. I can't say that I was anxious about it, but I might in the future. A man might be forced for financial reasons to get back into the game, but at the present time, I'm very happy to be in the position that I am.
Well, Ty, I'd like to know who you think is the greatest pitcher you ever batted against.
Well, of course, the greatest pitcher wasn't necessarily the man that was the most effective to me. For some reason, whatever you might call it, I was very fortunate in hitting some of the pitchers that I considered great. But I have had a great deal of trouble hitting pitchers that might not have such good averages. I'll name a couple. There was a pitcher by the name of Magruder that was with Washington for probably quite a bit. There was a pitcher by the name of Wilder with St. Louis that troubled me a lot.
Any of the great pitchers apart from that time, you estimate?
The great pitchers are I'll say, Cy Young, over Cy Young, Ed Rock, Walter Johnson, Alexander, Christy Mathis, Otis Plank, Bill Donovan, many others that I don't mean to leave out, but I just can't think of them at the present time.
That's a big list of that.
Yeah.
Right now, how do you think the Athletics will make out this year?
Well, I think the Athletics will win hands down this year. Won the first pennant. They've developed a lot of confidence, and I think they'll be fighting for another pennant every inning of every game coming season. Will be mighty tough to beat.
Well, how do you think of the Cubs?
The Cubs ought to repeat. They're in the same position. They've made some improvements in their lineup, strengthening their lineup. They'll have I don't believe they'll have the opposition that the Athletics will have. I think they'll win just as easier than they won last year.
Well, I guess that's about what I want to know, Ty.
I just think, as you know, baseball takes a man away from his family. He has to travel a great deal, live in the hotel, and after a while it gets rather monotonous and tiring. And I'll have to admit that I haven't had one regret as to my retirement from baseball since I announced my retirement in 1928.
Great, Ty. I also would like to get an idea of who you think is the greatest pitcher ever batted.
Well, I can only name 4 or 5 of the greatest, and I can't help but say that Young was one of the greatest pitchers that ever lived for the simple reason that he won in his career 508 ball games. Nowadays, a man wins 20 games, who both have had a great season. Well, you can figure that out. Old Cy Young won 20 ball games for 25 years, and 8 besides. Of course, we have other wonderful pitchers. We have Walter Johnson, Ed Rock, Christy Matheson, Alexander, and many, many other pitchers. I don't want to forget Waddell and Plank, Pennant of the present day crowd, Bill Donovan, a wonderful pitcher from Detroit, Joe Rubb, who was with Boston, many others that I can't include at this time, but we've had some marvelous pitchers, but there's no one that's ever begin to touch Cy Young's record of winning 508 ball games. In fact, 508 ball games is more than a lot of the present-day pitchers pitch in their whole career now.
Well, another thing I wanted to learn from Ty is how to think of the American League race this year.
Well, I think the Athletics will repeat. They have a young club. They have a club that just found themselves. They had a very strong club in 1927 and 8, but they didn't know just how good they were. They didn't have the confidence, but they had all the other qualities. Now they've found themselves, and I believe they'll run away with the race this year because there's a new club winning a pennant in such a decisive manner as the Athletics did last year. They ought to repeat very easily with the increased confidence and determination.
Do you think that the Cubs will come back and win?
I believe the Cubs will repeat.
Same reason?
Yeah. Yes, they've had a taste of success, and now they'll be hard to beat. Every game and every inning of the season of 19, they'll be tough to beat.
What do you think of giving opposition?
The Cubs? Well, of course you can't figure New York out of any pennant race. And there's Pittsburgh, there's St. Louis, National, and don't forget my old friend Ben Howley in Cincinnati. He'll make things look up, and he'll give them some trouble tonight. It wouldn't surprise me to see him finish even as good as third.
Well, that gives me a good story, Ty. Thanks. I wanted to get out. Thank you.
How are you?
Ty, how does it feel to be down here in Georgia hunting instead of hiding in a ball camp?
Well, I'll tell you, after playing ball for 25 years, and since I was a kid, so 17 years of old, having to follow a long schedule, having every day of the season scheduled ahead of time, no matter what you'd like to do, otherwise in baseball, you had to keep that schedule. And there's a lot of things all during my career that I have wanted to do. I've wanted a lot of hunting. I've wanted a lot of fishing. I've wanted to travel. Although I don't want to say that I will never throw again. I will never. I'll take that back. I'll never want to play again. But I might want to be connected in some capacity.
Or it's
for instance, the directorship of a club, for the presidency of a club. Now you take all the ball players, there's a great many of them that seem to like to hunt. I think it's an indication that the hardships of the game really appeal or really thrive on them, and they want to get out of the hunt, get the relaxation. I think we're all about the same. Now you take